Today we are talking about communities, and I have chosen Oprah's Book Club, specifically Oprah's Book Club 2.0. When her show ended, Oprah's Book Club, the original one, closed its pages in 2011 after 15 years. After that, on June 1st, the OWN Network and the O Magazine partnered to relaunch a book club with a focus into the digital age. It incorporates social media and e-readers to allow for more of an interactive club versus the one-way communication, more so with her first book club. The core interest, as specified on Twitter, is an interactive multi-platform reading club that brings passionate readers together to discuss inspiring stories. Of course, it's about book love, and she includes a wide range of books on her list, and you can still go and see her full list of books that she likes on her website. So as far as the outreach goes, it is worldwide, largely in the U.S. The followers don't seem quite as large numbers. She has 137,000 plus followers on Twitter for the 2.0 version, 462 likes, and 3,000 plus likes on her Oprah Book Club online. Something that I found interesting is she has about 3 Twitter accounts now for a book club, and also 2 or 3 Facebook accounts. So I think that's something that they really need to consolidate, in my opinion. Also, there's some things that they mention as far as the GroupMe app, allowing for fans to follow along. And 80% is about female, 70% are U.S. visitors, 30% are from other countries. And although her likes are low, she has millions of views to Oprah.com a week, and thousands a day. So I'm assuming that a lot of those are spectators. Now, how to interact with Oprah's book community. There are several ways. One of the ways they specify interacting with the community is through e-readers, iPads, Google Play on your phone, Amazon.com, where you can buy interactive books, and those books will have notes supposedly from Oprah herself. You can participate in different sites and blogs in addition to Oprah.com. There's Goodreads, Lit Lovers. Some blogs I mentioned were Book Club Girl and Big City Book Club, and more. And of course, the book club note that's on these books that get on her list receive a lot of attention. Other ways you can interact are on Twitter through Oprah's Book Club, Oprah Book Club 2.0, Oprah's Book Club, and Oprah's Book List, as I mentioned earlier, that she has 3 of those. You can like her on Facebook and interact that way. And some people, there are more critics than creators almost on the Facebook page. And there are also some people who have added not Oprah's Book Club, Oprah's Book Club Bahamas. They have some closed groups that, of course, aren't from the Oprah company itself, but that they've made. And those people establish their own forum. So they're still part of the overreaching community, but they've included their own closed forums. As this is another thing I mentioned about buying e-readers. This was the first book that she introduced on Oprah's Book Club 2.0, and this is one of the ones you can get, the Oprah edition, where you will get comments from the author or from Oprah herself. More ways to interact. You can go to Oprah.com, where she has several different topics, one of them being the books and the book club. And I think this is where they meant to funnel everyone. I'm not sure how successful it has been, but you can participate in discussions. And of course, those discussions allow you to like, tweet, pin, Google+, and share those with your friends. Also, there is a books blog, and it's not only about the books that are on the list that week or that month, but books you can read for fall, books you can read for your children, etc. So the books themselves that are on the list, they do provide step-by-step reading group guides and a chapter breakdown, Q&As with the author, including, those are both written and webcasts. You can subscribe to the email list, which I have done, and you can edit how frequently you do that, and you can also create a profile and interact in that respect. Of course, your profile is for Oprah.com in general, but you can cater it to Oprah's Book Club. This is an example of what your profile would look like, of course, before it's established. And on the profile, you can do dream boards and discussion. A dream board would be books you want to read, places you want to go. This is just another way that they pull in participants. And this is another way as well where you can start a discussion with other friends that you've liked from your profile. So it's a little social media inside itself. Now the value. The value of this book club, I believe, is largely because of her name. As I mentioned earlier, those authors who get her stamp of approval on their books, they're much bigger sellers. So for customer values, it's likable, including including anticipated reciprocity and self-efficacy. From the client side, it's obvious the author and publisher through support, reputation, research, and of course increased book sales because of her stamp. There's also an overreaching value on Oprah.com by the profiles, and what I mean by this is that because she has other topics and really focuses on wellness and making yourself better in general, let's say she pulls you in by the book club because you want to participate in that, there's always something on her website that tries to get you to participate in other communities, whether it be fashion, health, wellness, education, relationships, self-worth, etc. So that's a value for Oprah.com in itself, because it's just one thing that people will participate in. Now, creators, critics, joiners, and spectators. Of course, I don't have exact numbers. This is, after doing my research, what I believe the percentages will be. Creators, about 20%. Under creators, I included not only Oprah.com creators and Twitter managers, but also blogs that focus on Oprah's Book Club, other book authors that write articles on Oprah.com and Oprah's Book Club, and critics. Critics is not as high. There's not a lot of back and forth on the website as much as you would think. So the critics portion is a little low. I think that's something that they can work on improving a little bit. This, I included commenters and critics on the social media sites and Oprah.com's discussion boards. Joiners, about 20%. There are quite a few joiners that follow along on Facebook, Twitter. Their email list is quite large, but they don't participate, they don't comment, they don't critique or have reviews of their own. And spectators is about 35%. I did the largest number as spectators because I mentioned earlier that she has millions of views a week to her website, and they are observing and they are clicking, but they are not participating, they're not joining actively in any of her groups or her email list. But they do read the comments, of course, and peruse. The main creator, and this may seem obvious, I'm sure she has several ghostwriters, but is Oprah Gail Winfrey. Her background, and we could go on, is a talk show host, philanthropist, media proprietor, co-author of 5 books and O Magazine, publisher and content creator, chairwoman and CEO of Harpo Productions, chairwoman, CCO, and CEO of the Oprah Winfrey Network, which is growing. Demographic, she's a female American and 59. Identifiers, they're her troubled childhood and how she's come to be who she is, and everyone looks up to that, we know that. Her loud, vivacious personality, her philanthropic work again, and her hard-hitting interview skills. Online activities for this creator would include Oprah and Oprah World, the Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest world, Oprah.com, of course, where she does do webcasts, she does do interviews online for the book club, And she does supposedly write some things on there as well, and of course contributes to the e-reader versions where she has her notes on those books. Some of the quotes she mentioned that I liked were, "I still have my feet on the ground, I just wear better shoes," because we know she's come from so little. "What I know for sure is this: you are built not to shrink down to less, but to blossom into more, to be more extraordinary, to use every moment to fill yourself up." If you haven't done so already, some of her Twitter sites are solely inspirational quotes, and it's really nice to get those throughout the day. A critic would be Jackie Torres. She's an unpublished author and writer, a fiction book aficionado, editor at a publishing firm. She's female, around 39, and she is an Oprah Book Club member. She does participate in the conversation for most of the types of books: Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google+. This is someone you would think of as a critic for Oprah's Book Club 2.0. She participates. She knows a little bit what she's talking about because she works for a publishing firm. And her quote says a lot: "I want to work in publishing and do all I can to get other book bloggers' books published. My passion is definitely more for reading the books and forcing others to read them too." Now, a spectator, I use a spectator as one of my friends actually, Evie Katsuthis. Evie is a corporate assistant for the Legacy Bank CEO here where I live, UNC Chapel Hill graduate, and we've been talking about starting our own book club for a while, but we have not. She is a single female Greek American, about 32, and she is a spectator because she knows about the internet. She can get on her iPad and she observes, and she does observe the book club, she told me herself, but she does not actively comment or critique. She hasn't read all of the books. She wants to begin, but she has not done so. She's passive on Facebook, observes the conversations, and she did like Oprah's Book Club online, but she is largely a spectator. She's one who will Wikipedia and Google all day but does not participate in the conversation. One of the main things she always says is family is everything. And she also includes a quote from Leo Tolstoy. The identifiers, I think, are good for Evie and for a lot of the people in the book club are single, loves movies, loves books, of course, enjoys factoids, Wikipedia aficionado, observer and spectator, and an online shopper. So she's active, she's online, but she does not participate. Now I will take you to the video that I mentioned, and you can sign off at this point, but I will take you to the video where Oprah herself introduces Oprah's Book Club 2.0 community.
That's why we're calling it. Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic June so far. I'm here in my office in Chicago with some news. Today, I am launching a brand new book club. This time, it's an interactive online book club for our digital world. That's why we're calling it Book Club 2.0. This is way different from the old book club because, as we know, there are so many new ways we can read and discuss and get together and connect these days. So before I tell you the details, I'm going to share my first pick. So here's what was happening. I was reading this book, as a real book, holding up the book, and I was on the edge of my seat reading the book, and I was like, where is the Oprah Winfrey Show when you need to announce and tell everybody about this book? I need the book club. So I created Book Club 2.0 for this book, Wild, by Cheryl Strayed. It is just
And I'll stop it there because she goes on about the book, but she told you there briefly why she started it, and they're really trying to stay within the digital age. So this is a great online community. You can see of those 89 comments I scrolled through earlier, they're largely positive. And please let me know what you think, and thank you for your time.